An absolutely good day for Palantards. Palantir is slowly recovering. People are celebrating. However, something big just came up. It looks like the whole world is starting to ramp things up. Palantir is at the center of it. CEO Karp stepped up and cleared the uncertainty for people. And this might push Palantir's price to 10 times. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today is actually a pretty nice day for Palantir. After all the wild swings we've seen recently, the price seems to have finally found some stability in the $84 to $85 range. Now, at first glance, it might not look like anything too exciting. It's not some massive pump, and it's not breaking any records. But given how unpredictable things have been, this little moment of calm is actually a huge relief for investors. Just a few days ago, the volatility was off the charts. One moment, it looked like Palantir was holding strong, and the next, it was diving into deeper and deeper dips. The uncertainty was everywhere. People were panicking, wondering if things would spiral even further. The market felt shaky, and every little movement had investors on edge, trying to guess what was coming next. Would it keep dropping? Would it suddenly reverse? No one really knew, and that kind of chaos can be exhausting. But today feels different. The dust is settling. The storm has calmed, at least for now. The price isn't jumping all over the place anymore, and that alone is enough to help people breathe a little easier. Instead of constantly checking the charts with their hearts racing, investors can finally take a step back and focus on their next moves. It's almost like the market just took a deep breath and hit the pause button on the madness. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean we're out of the woods completely. Palantir could still surprise us. But for now, the panic is fading, and people are regaining some sense of control. And after the chaos of the past few days, that in itself is something to appreciate. But here's the thing. One analyst broke it down and explained what's actually going on with the charts. Last week, he was watching that big $100 level, waiting to see if Palantir could hold above it or if it would break down. And, well, we got our answer. On Monday, the price fell below that mark, and boom, it dropped nearly $20 in no time, landing right around the mid-80s, which was exactly where he expected it to go. It even dipped a little lower before bouncing back up. Now, the big question is what happens next. Right now, the price is sitting at an important spot, and if it can push higher and break past the next resistance in the upper 80s, there's a good chance it could start climbing back toward the low or mid-90s. And if it somehow makes its way back to $100 and stays above it, then we might be looking at a run toward $106 or even higher into the $110 range. But if Palantir struggles to move up from here, or worse, drops below $83 and stays there, things could get rough again. We could see it slide back down to $80, maybe even into the low $70. So yeah, today's a nice little breather, but the real test is coming up. The next few moves will tell us if this is just a break before the next rally, or if we're in for another round of wild swings. But here's the exciting part. According to one analyst, Palantir might actually be gearing up for a huge move soon. He pointed out something pretty interesting on the charts. A massive shooting star pattern on the monthly candle chart. And for those who don't dive deep into technical analysis, that's basically a signal that big price action could be on the horizon. Now, whether that means a breakout to the upside or another shakeout first, that's what we're all waiting to see. But the fact that this kind of pattern is showing up, that's got a lot of people paying close attention. If momentum starts building and the price pushes past key resistance levels, we could be looking at a serious move upward. Of course, nothing in the market is ever guaranteed, but signs like this don't pop up every day. So while things have been a bit all over the place lately, this might just be the calm before something much bigger. Now, you might be wondering, what's actually going on? Why did Palantir's price dip again? Well, the big reason is Donald Trump's recent announcement about budget cuts and a new partnership with the Department of Government Efficiency, or as they're calling it, DOGE. And whenever the government starts talking about budget cuts, investors in defense and government contractors get a little nervous. Makes sense, right? Less spending could mean fewer contracts, and that's never a good look for companies that rely on those deals. But here's the twist. One analyst actually thinks this could be a good thing for Palantir. His take? While budget cuts might be a problem for traditional defense contractors, they could actually work in Palantir's favor. Why? Because Palantir's entire business is built around making things more efficient. Their software and AI tools are designed to boost productivity and help the government save money. And if these tools can prove they cut costs in the long run, that could mean even more contracts coming Palantir's way. So yeah, on the surface, budget cuts sound like bad news. But if you zoom out a little, they could end up being exactly what pushes Palantir further into the spotlight. But wait, there's something else you need to know, and this is absolutely massive. It looks like the AI arms race is officially kicking off. One tweet just dropped a bombshell. China is ramping up its AI-driven warfare at an insane speed. They're not just experimenting anymore, they're going all in. New tech is rolling out fast. AI-powered drones, autonomous systems, advanced robotics, the kind of stuff that could completely change how wars are fought. And this isn't just about cool innovations. It's a clear message. They're not waiting around. They're sprinting ahead. So the real question is, are we? And here's more. South Korea just jumped in too. They're making a huge move, securing a massive batch of 10,000 high-performance GPUs to power their national AI hub. Their acting president made it clear, AI isn't just about companies competing anymore. It's country versus country. And while US export restrictions block China, Russia, and Iran from getting their hands on these advanced chips, South Korea is free to stockpile as much as they want. By September, they'll announce which giant, NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel, or even Palantir, gets the deal. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for Palantir. Because if you think the US is going to sit back and watch China and South Korea pull ahead, think again. The US won't just compete, they'll double down. And guess who's sitting right at the center of all this? Palantir. Their AI-driven defense technology is exactly what the government needs to stay ahead in this race. That means more contracts, more funding, and a whole lot more demand. So what does that mean for Palantir's stock? Well, if this AI arms race keeps heating up, we could be looking at a massive surge. And remember what we've talked about in previous videos? That crazy $1,000 price target that once seemed impossible? If this all plays out the way it's shaping up, that number might not be so crazy after all. And if you're still unsure about the whole Elon Musk's Doge contract situation, here's something that might change your mind. One analyst just revealed how Palantir's CEO, Alex Karp, sees it. And let's just say, he's not worried at all. In fact, he sees Doge as a huge opportunity. Karp understands that this isn't just about cutting budgets. It's about setting the stage for something much bigger. Doge is basically the first step in letting AI take over government functions and, eventually, even key decision-making. And of course, Palantir is perfectly positioned for that. He knows this shift is happening, and obviously, he's all in. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some people are seeing this as a major red flag. It's not that waste and fraud shouldn't be exposed, but you have to ask yourself, why now? What's really driving this sudden push for AI in government? And more importantly, who's going to have the keys to this new AI-powered system once it's fully in place? One thing's for sure, Palantir is at the center of it all. And whether people see this as an opportunity or a warning sign, there's no denying that this could be one of the biggest game changers we've ever seen. And looking at the bigger picture, this is just the beginning for Palantir. One analyst put it perfectly in a tweet. He compared Palantir today to NVIDIA back in 2016. And if you know what happened to NVIDIA after that, you get why this is a huge deal. He pointed out that with AI evolving fast, Palantir is stepping into something even bigger. Agentic AI and physical AI. These aren't just fancy buzzwords. They're the next level of AI technology, and Palantir is leading the charge. The best part? Scaling this up comes with barely any extra cost, meaning their growth potential is insane. So while some people are still trying to figure out if Palantir is worth betting on, the ones who see the long-term vision already know. We're just getting started. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.